I'm here with Dr. Oz. He is the host of the Dr. Oz Show. He is a cardiac surgeon. He's here to talk to us a little bit about coronavirus. Starting off, maybe you can tell us a little bit about what are some preventative tips. I know that we should all wash our hands. We should be doing that anyways. Now, what do you think?
Well, the most important thing to realize when you're in a moment of stress is try to take control of the parts of that problem that you can address. And the best example for the coronavirus is your own preventive approach. So sleeping better, which I know is daylight savings, interfering with that process, but it's incredibly beneficial to your immune system. Daily activity, ideally breaking a sweat every day, will be beneficial. It wakens up your immune system. Meditation and the prayerful approach to life that is so beneficial, especially if you realize if I can be kind, at least I'm doing something for somebody else, they might reciprocate. These are all approaches that have been beneficial. You touched on hygiene. And by the way, I have a coronavirus survival kit. It's a one sheet I'll share with you and your audience that people can take, print out, send to their loved ones. But it gives you a lot of these fundamentals. So if I'm going too quickly, you won't miss the doses, for example, of supplements I'm about to offer. Hand washing is interesting. It's not just about washing the backs of your hands. It's about getting your fingertips clean. So you have to actually put your fingers together like this and grease the palm a little bit and get the thumbs separately. Those moves are actually beneficial as you wash your hands. As a surgeon, that's how I clean my hands. I don't just slather soap on my hands and hope it works out pretty well. Humidifiers are effective because the viruses do not like humid weather. And HEPA filters in your air purification systems, which oftentimes people can just buy and put in their home, extra little tactic. And I know folks are worried about cleaning surfaces. If you use a wipe and very briskly clean the surface, it's not going to work. You really have to soak the surface. So I like to sprays a bit more. Let it dry. It should take 2-3 minutes. But by the time it's dried, you killed off the viruses. And this coronavirus is very contagious, in part because it seems to live longer on surfaces than the old-fashioned flu virus. So cleaning surfaces makes sense.
Should people be stressing out at in the amount that they are right now? I know that the flu kills thousands and thousands of people a year. Can you kind of touch on the difference between the flu and the coronavirus from what we know so far?
Well, they're completely different viruses. They do create symptoms that are very similar and overlapping. So you'll get fevers 98% of the time with coronavirus. You'll get a feeling of fatigue. You'll get a dry cough. You also get diarrhea about 40% of the time with coronavirus. So it's not quite the issue, the difference that you might expect from being involved with regular seasonal flu. The one difference, however, it's much more contagious. So if people have it, you're going to get it almost certainly. And then the question is, what are you going to do about it? And the vast majority are going to be fine. The mortality rate for healthy, otherwise intact young people is probably 0.2%, which is the same, maybe twice what the seasonal flu is. But when you get older, if you have chronic illnesses after the age of 60 with cardiovascular disease, diabetes, hypertension, cancer, and the like, then if the virus hits you, it's dangerous. And that's the population I'm most worried about.
So what can they do specifically, the older population? Some of these people can't, work out 30 minutes a day. They don't always have access to healthier foods. Do you have any tips for them maybe? Is it just to be extra cautious or?
Well, it's the older population that I'm pretty aggressively telling to use social distancing tactics.
Right.
One is to not let anyone get within an arm's length of you. You shouldn't go out in the crowded subway at rush hour. I would not electively travel. And I certainly wouldn't go off on vacations to places where there's going to be big crowds. But you can otherwise live your life. So if you're going to want to see your grandkids, have them come over and visit. As long as they haven't had a fever in the last couple of days, you should be fine. And I say this because I don't want people making decisions based in fear. That's never a good tactic.
Right.
You can control your body. And if you can change what's happening in your body, you can change the world outside of it. That's all proactive and in our best interest. Where it can do, people will do the right thing if we're given the clear choices of what to act on. But running away from the problem is not going to help anybody, even if they're older and at risk.
What are some good preparation tactics? I know that we talked about, the good health, good hygiene, but as far as like stocking up on certain foods or medications, what is your take on that?
Well, everyone ought to have the traditional hurricane preparedness kit, which is your prescription medications, a couple of weeks worth, over-the-counter meds, the basic necessities of life, ranging from toilet paper to essentials in the food cabinet. That's data you don't have to buy out the store. We're talking about 2 weeks worth of stuff in case there's a crisis. More importantly, I would start preparing myself with eating a healthy diet or taking additional supplements that we think might shorten the duration of the virus if you were to get it. Vitamin D3, which you get from the sun, but probably not in high enough doses in most of the country because it's too cold. I for sure would add vitamin C, zinc, elderberry is a flower extract that's been shown to shorten the duration of viruses, and beta-glucan, which is from mushrooms. So all these are valuable additives you can put into your diet to either eat the real foods that have them or take the supplements, and that should be part of your strategy, your coronavirus survival protocol.
All right, Dr. Oz, host of the Dr. Oz Show, again, a cardiac surgeon, well informed, as you guys can tell. Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to like and subscribe.